congratulations, 3-0 series win. How does it feel?
Thank you. Yeah, it's really, really pleasing. I think this is the first time the group's come back together since the World Cup loss. So we were all in really high spirits coming into this series. We obviously know the threat that India brings, and to come away 3-0 pretty comfortably throughout this series is just a testament to where this team's at. Different people have stood up in different times. Someone like Georgia Vohl's really taken that opportunity. She scored some really valuable runs, and I'm certain that that's going to hold her in pretty good stead going forward in her international career.
After what happened at the 2020 World Cup, how much did that drive you, I guess, just reassembling you, being like, we've got to get back on now?
Yeah, it's an interesting one. Obviously, we've been in every T20 final up until that point, and I think it was just a really good touch point for our group to realise the things that we weren't doing as well as probably what we could have, and I guess we highlighted that we probably didn't have the T20 World Cup tournament that we wanted, and unfortunately obviously South Africa outplayed us in that game, and then we reviewed that game, and then when we came back we were just really positive on where this group can get to, and I think that's the most exciting thing, that anyone that comes into this group is excited to be here, really wants to be here, and just striving to be better every day, and I think that's what we've seen in this series so far. There's, like I mentioned, people have stood up at different times, and people have made hundreds, people have taken fifers and had a real impact on the game at different points. So I think this group's in a really good place at the moment. We've been really successful in 50 over cricket, so it's just kind of going on to the next progression, and that's obviously looking forward to the World Cup. That's a pretty big tournament in itself, so I guess just putting our focus towards that for the long game.
How satisfying was it to get back in the runs and also to do it when the team was under pressure?
Yeah, I felt it's one of those things, you feel really confident in the nets, but then it kind of doesn't replicate in the middle sometimes, and for me it was, I'd faced 8 balls in the series before this game, so I knew that I just had to spend a little bit of time out in the middle, and came in at a pretty tough time, but like I've mentioned before, I just love batting with Bells, and especially here on the WACA, she's got a pretty good record. She's probably averaging about 350. So to come out there with her and just the language that's used between us, it's always really positive, always just keeps each other going in those moments, and knowing that if we just got through that tough little phase, that it would be fine. And I guess that's the messaging that I just tried to keep telling myself, that I was probably going at 30 strike rate, but I knew that if I'd faced another 20 balls, I was going to be in, and then I could actually take it to the Indian bowlers. So for me, it was just trying to stay really positive and take a lot of confidence out of that.
Can you talk us through how impressive it was to see Annabel make 100 in such hot conditions as well? It's obviously a lot harder to push yourself for that long, to make that many runs when it's 40 degrees and everything going on. Can you talk me through how hard that would be?
Yeah, she's a serious athlete, and then to come out and bowl 8 overs or whatever it was is just a testament to how hard she works. She's one of those players that's probably the last at every training session, so it's no surprise that she's able to do that in those tough conditions, and we've seen it before when we played the test match here. She made 200 and that was 35 plus as well, so we know that she's capable of doing those things, and I think she just really relishes in the environment when there's a little bit of pressure on for the team, and we obviously saw today that she really stood up in those moments, and she's a serious player, but it's pretty scary how good she's going to get in the future, and it's just an absolute testament to the athlete she is and the hard work that she puts in, day out.
That's a little bit of a question tonight too, when Schmitty was going. Can you talk a bit about how you were all planning to try and stop her and the battle you had with her?
Yeah, we've had some battles over the years. Obviously, off-spin's a pretty good match up to Smriti, but she played a really classy knock today, and she'd probably been a little bit lean on runs in the early part of this series. So we always know that she's capable of scoring those big innings, and for her today, she probably got off to a flyer, which kind of gave her that confidence that she could just keep taking the game on. I always felt in the game bowling to her, and then she got a few away, and then being able to come back after she was on 100, just trying to tie her down and just trying to build some pressure that way, keep her on the crease and not kind of give her arms, which she's obviously really good at. So to get her out tonight was obviously really pleasing, but I think it was just a credit to all the bowlers that came on and did a really good job in different parts of the game.
Lots of drop catches tonight. I counted at least 5 Aussies. What do you put that down to?
I don't really know, to be honest with you. It's an area that we obviously always speak about. We want to be the best fielding team in the world, and that certainly probably wasn't on show tonight. I think there was glimpses of brilliance, but then there's just those little moments where maybe it's a lapse of concentration, people that aren't in positions that they normally are. I certainly don't want to make any excuses. We do train really hard in our fielding, but maybe it's just training under pressure more, and you can't necessarily replicate fielding in a game without the game being there. So it's one of those tough ones where the coaches and players just need to show some initiative to try and do some different drills or some high pressure, I guess, moments, which at training can be quite tough sometimes, but I'm sure we'll go back and look at that. It obviously wasn't ideal to be dropping catches like that, but no one means to do it. So we just got to push on.
New Zealand up next. First of all, is Healy all good for that? And how important is that series ahead of the Ashes?
Yeah, Healy's coming away with us. So obviously we'll see how she goes, but she's progressing well, which is really pleasing. I'm sure she'll be chomping at the bit to play that first game in New Zealand. The group's just really excited. It's a really cool little period. We're only over there for, I think, 10 days before Christmas break, so it's almost like that, that you've got these 3 ODIs and then a little bit of time off. So it's, I think just going to really spur the team on to, I guess, finish off what we've done here in this series as well to, I guess, cap off the year before going into a pretty big Ashes summer.
Vice captain of the series, how did you find that and working with Talia?
Yeah, it's a really cool opportunity and one that I'm really thankful for. And I think T-Mac and I work really well together. We're obviously very different personalities, but I think we complement each other in that way as well. She's a very cool, calm person, and I guess what I challenged her with at the start of the tour was to try and think outside the box, and I guess that's what I tried to throw to her, was just different ideas at different points to, I guess, just get her mind ticking over as well. But I think she's someone that makes really good decisions under pressure, and I guess that's what you want as a captain, is someone that can be really reliant and just be really level in those moments as well, which T-Mac certainly brings, and then hopefully I can just bring a little bit of spice on the side as well.